The light-independent reaction, also known as the Calvin cycle, happens in the stroma of the chloroplasts, and it uses the reduced NADP from the light-dependent reaction and ATP from the light-dependent reaction. So in this process, it is involving the fixation of carbon dioxide. So we're thinking about our equation for photosynthesis. We have our waste product oxygen produced in the light-dependent reaction. We have now got our carbon dioxide being used, and it is being fixed and joining with a 5-carbon compound called RUBP, or ribulose biphosphate. So it is a 5-carbon. It will combine with the carbon dioxide, so it is fixed, using an enzyme called Rubisco, and it will form a 6-carbon compound that is very unstable and will very quickly break down to 2 3-carbon compounds called glycerate phosphate. So it's a 2-carbon compound. 3-carbon compound. The glycerate phosphate then is reduced. So because it is reduced, it is using our products from the light-dependent reaction. So the reduced NADP is now oxidized. Because if something is reduced, the other thing has been oxidized. So it is oxidized back to NADP, so it can be used again in the light-dependent reaction. And ATP is also hydrolyzed to give ADP and PI, releasing energy to allow this change. So we produce 2 more 3-carbon compounds called this time triose phosphate. So our glycerate phosphate is reduced to triose phosphate. The triose phosphate then, some of it is used combined back to make RUBP, and that relies on ATP again for that process to occur. And some of it produces glucose, starch, glycogen, etc. that are needed by the plants. So that is where your product is coming in. So for every 3 RUBP molecules, it will produce 6 glycerate molecules, glycerate phosphate molecules, and 6 triose phosphate. Out of the 6 triose phosphates that would be produced, 5 of them go back to making RUBP, and only 1 triose phosphate would be used to make our product in the light-independent reaction. So carbon dioxide is fixed. Our products from the light-dependent reaction are used, or reduced NADP and ATP. We produce our product glucose, and some of the triose phosphate is regenerated back to RUBP to allow this cycle to continue. So carbon dioxide, if we think of our equation for photosynthesis, carbon dioxide used in the light-independent reaction, water in the photolysis process in the light-dependent reaction. We have now produced our glucose molecule, our waste product, or product, and then the oxygen which we produced in our light-dependent reaction. So there's where parts of the equation all come in and where they happen in the whole process, the light-independent reaction.